Today is March 2, 1:36 in the morning. I am about to do a review and thorough analysis and investigation for more so of the item, a Kston SSD that is priced at 2,543 pesos. This is the order. I'm not sure if this is serial number or Shopee number. It's sent in a bubble wrap like this. Packaging boxes like this, claims to have a 3-year warranty. Kston specifications mentioned here. This is the unit itself. Strangely enough, it says SK Hynix. There's no branding of sort that what it claims to be a memory chip from Samsung, Micron, Toshiba, and Intel. There's no indication of that, at least I don't see, but rather of a company called SK Hynix, which if we will be researching into that, so they are a company. They make DRAM, SSD, so on and so forth. But not once was actually mentioned of any Samsung, Micron, Toshiba, or Intel here, a memory chip. I don't see their company logo on this one. Now, no, they're saying here that they are a manufacturer of internal SSD hard disk, which we will have to show you that they are not technically an SSD, even though it looks like an SSD. Please bear with me as I will now proceed to install the SSD onto the laptop main circuitry. This might take a while. Put this here for a while. I apologize if I don't have the adequate materials to undo the screws professionally. I will move the unit closer to the monitor, at least the camera. I am doing this video on behalf of Aves Dental Clinic. My name is Nicole Aves. For reference, no, I don't have the necessary prying tools. No, I need some way to pry this open. There we go. Oops. Sorry. This video will remain uncut and unedited, so there will be no how do you say it, any sort of bias or trying to fool anyone about our claims, as we're only trying to show you what we're trying to mean about this supposed SSD, as it was claimed that there was no enough evidence. This is where we will place the SSD. We will have to match it here. So unscrew this one. Putting the screw here for a while. This is the unit, Kston. So I'm not lying or trying to fool anyone here. Insert there, let it sit. Insert the screw. There we go. Now that the SSD is installed, we will now proceed to close the unit temporarily by clasping the shell back. I'm just trying to close it properly without breaking anything here. Okay, that'll do for now. So I will be taking it to another angle. We will be opening up the laptop. Wait, I need to remove this one as it may overheat the unit. Wait a minute. Now, what I am going to show you is what the... So it's not showing right now, so I have to restart the computer. Since when you're installing something inside a unit, like a new memory, if the computer is on, it won't technically read it yet, since it's not registered in a sense. So since this SSD is already pre-installed on this same unit, I will show you what it looks like. So this is very strange. This is the first time that I've seen that this does not have the aforementioned SDXC. This has to be a mistake. Even I'm actually surprised. Like, I'm very surprised. Like, it doesn't make sense. Because when the first time I installed it, it showed literally the SDXC, which I will show you with this one. This one is a, you could say like a SD card where you use it for cameras, hence why it looks like this. And it's usually inserted onto the side here, where that will show up, SDXC. Now, which is strange is that this icon showed up for this one, and this thing wasn't inside this laptop when we installed the aforementioned SSD here. So it's very strange to me that I don't understand. We may try to possibly restart the unit. Now why is it showing that one? Doesn't make sense. It really doesn't make sense to me. It was showing to be an SDXC when you first installed it, as seen in this photo. When we first installed it, it's the same one on the same laptop, and this was the first time it was installed, and then it was showing that it was a healthy basic data, yada yada yada. That would be this one, the 1 terabyte one here. And then it would show it for it to be like this. Like, I literally don't understand why. What the hell? Why is it showing that? I don't understand. Yeah. There we go. There it is. SDXC 1 terabyte. It's still the same. That's so weird. Could it be like some sort of error? NTFS. Screen. There's no previous versions. Hardware. SSD 1 terabyte. So it's showing these. This device is working properly. Volumes. There's no disk information. Driver date 2006. It's very interesting. Very strange, very strange. Well, it's showing that it's an SSD all of a sudden, so I'm not really sure what to do. Unless there might have been like a sort of mistake here. The E1 is the this one. This is E. The D is the one where we installed the SSD. I am actually freaking speechless right now. I don't understand. Disk cleanup. No. Defrag. Never run needs optimization. Claims to be a solid state drive. What the hell? That doesn't make sense. Optimize. Well, looks like we won't be doing the whatever refund we attempted to try to do, because it's showing up as this icon instead of this one, which was the whole point of the issue for why we're trying to get a refund for this item, is because it was showing up this way when it's not supposed to be that way. Well, in fact, we thought that the seller or whoever made the item, this one, we're faking it like a Frankenstein unit where it's like functioning as an SSD, but it's not an SSD, but functions as a flash card, an SD card, which is like a tier lower, like one level lower from a standard drive where you normally would store your games, applications, the operating system of the whole computer itself. Because normally for the SDXC, its only capacity, this one, the only capacity of an SDXC would be to store videos, would be to store photos, usually recordings or anything that is related to using a camera. Hence why this format. So it was so unusual that now it's showing this when it wasn't there before. Like, I swear to God, on God's green earth, Papa Jesus looking from the heaven, that this is what it looked like. Like, I was so shocked that it's showing that now when it wasn't that way. This was the first install of that thing, that SSD. The very first day that I installed it, me and my dad were talking about it. showing these as well, saying that it was an SSD, functioning like an SSD. And I was so surprised about it. Like, why? Like, why is it showing this way? I'm not really sure myself. So I guess it's safe to say, I guess it's safe to say that this SSD may be legitimate, that everything that the seller was claiming it to be is an actual SSD. There is a possibility that my Windows may have been glitched, or some way that was claiming it to be this one. I don't know for sure. Like, I really don't know. For it to show this way instead of this one when it was first initially installed, as you've seen here, you can see here that this one was not installed onto the computer when the SSD was installed into this unit. Like, this is no Photoshop whatsoever, no editing. This was literally straight out of the camera, phone camera, on the day that I was installing it for my dad, because we were trying to test out if the SSD was working. It technically did work, but I was just so bothered by this one, because this one only really applies to how it's normally used for, with photos and videos, recordings whatsoever, but never for software. And I'm just really speechless at the moment. Like, I cannot talk properly since it's also very late, but I'm trying to do this one. So far we'll just have to test and see where it goes from here. I don't actually even know if the 3-year warranty will actually apply there. Like, 3 years warranty. Like, I don't even know if it's going to apply. Do we need to keep the receipt? I don't know, since it's bought from Shopee. So I guess that's it.